Sydney Radka, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. It is August 24th, 2022, and we are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, where I'm joined by Jim Sinicropi, Felecia Dombrowski, and our guest today, Cyndi Park-Sheils, who is the Executive Director of Waterloo Library and Historical Society. We'll be talking all about some events that she has coming up. Today's show is brought to you by DA Liquors in Seneca Falls. With tons of specials that they have daily, there is something for everybody. You should go and stock up on end of summer. I would think she has end of summer drinks, maybe already going into fall, which is sad to say, but she wants you to stop in today. That is at 20 Bridge Street in Seneca Falls, New York.
And
Been
great
there a long
wine
time.
selection
Great Finger Lakes wine selection,
and
absolutely.
beyond.
Yes, but today, instead of talking about wine, we're going to be talking about cookies and fun runs
running.
and things that I am excited to hear about because I know the book that you guys base this event off of. It is stuck in my head since I was, I would say, probably 5 years old. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie was the start of all of this, right? How this came to play. So tell us what we're going to be talking about
Yeah,
today
fill us
before I
in.
jump too far ahead.
So we have our cookie fun run coming up, and it was started in 2019 was our first
Still
year.
kind of new.
Yeah, still kind of new. It was inspired, the original idea of the whole thing is that the other director and I, we went and did a taco run.
Oh.
Yeah, in Rochester. It was interesting.
Yeah.
So you run a quarter mile, you eat a taco. You run a quarter, you eat a taco. You run a quarter, and you eat a taco. So you do a full mile, but you eat 4 tacos. But you have to like stop and like shove a taco down your mouth. And I'm not a runner, and it was on a hill.
That mix is good.
It was interesting. I mean, I think it would have been better if they paired it with like some tequila or something like that. But they were kind of healthy about it, but it was big. But we like walked away, and we were just had so much fun. We're like, how can we do this? There's nothing like this around, like closer to us in Waterloo.
Right.
And so we're like, well, how do we make it book themed? Cookies.
Right, yeah.
So Laura Numeroff's If You Give a Mouse a Cookie was our very first one.
I love that.
Yeah, it was
That was
fun.
such a classic. I don't know if you guys know that book, but that book stuck with me. Like, if you give a mouse a cookie, and then they go throughout.
They're gonna want milk, and then they're gonna want to have a napkin, and then
It's a progression of like probably basically trying to put a kid to sleep. I feel like you give them a cookie, then they're gonna want to do all this stuff. But if you don't know the book, you should probably read it. So you started with that, and it has progressed to different themes, correct?
Yes.
Each year.
So Laura Numeroff has a number of different books that are kind of the same thing, but they just use different characters. So the first year we did the cookies. The second year was the pandemic, which was so fun. So we made it virtual, and we sent home cookie mixes with everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
Kathy was Paramount. Kathy Chase.
Oh,
was,
yeah. It's our girl.
Yeah.
We do love her here. She's on the board with you, correct?
Yes,
This
she
is
is.
how this all came to play. She told me about
And she'll be back next Wednesday, right?
She
A
will
week
be
from
for
today,
Wine
right?
Wednesday, but we're not whining, we're cooking.
Yeah. So we, so she's on our board, and so we made a whole lot of cookie mix, and it was able to be virtual. And then we, the next year we did, that would have been the muffins. Last year we did If You Give a Mouse a Muffin. And then this year we're doing If You Give a Dog a Donut.
Oh, okay. So is that
So
one?
you'll
first
eat
too?
donuts
Yes.
every quarter mile?
Yeah. Wait. So how does it work? Is it the same as the
It's
taco?
the same as
layout?
the taco layout. So you start with a donut, and you run a quarter mile, then you grab another donut, and so there'll be different stops along the way. So it's meant to be a race, like that's how it started as. Well, the one that we went to, but not everybody wants to eat a bunch of food and run, like we get that. And it's very family friendly. So we also put out the story. So as you're running, you can read the story.
Oh, I think that's so cute. And I feel like that is different. That's like a different type of event that I feel like a library would host.
Yes, we have a lot of fun with it. Like one year we actually had, the first year we actually had the mouse like mascot.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of them like dressed up in it. So that was really funny to like tromp around in that.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of September, and it had been a cool summer, and it was 90 that day.
Of course.
And it was so hot. And then then we had the virtual. Then last year I think it wasn't raining, but it was in October. It was kind of tepid. So we're hoping that maybe we can find a happy medium this year.
So the date for this event this year is when?
September 24th.
Okay, and where is it held?
So it's being held at Lafayette Park. So we also have in the morning is the Waterloo Rotary Farmers Market.
Okay.
So they're offered some of their vendors to stay a little bit later.
Cool.
And so you can go to the farmers market and you can it's pre-register mostly, and then you can come and check in, and then we'll take off at 2.
So you start at Lafayette Park, and then
We're
where's
just
the
gonna
course
go around
go?
Lafayette Park. We'll probably have you'll probably do 2 laps.
Oh, okay.
gotcha.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's nice. I always forget how cute that little area is
Yeah.
back there.
It goes pretty far, so I think we haven't laid it out exactly how it's gonna go, but we'll probably start in the front, and you can zigzag around in that whole place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's fun. And it's not on any main streets or anything, which might help parents and stuff feel more comfortable, having their kids just running, running ahead of them rather than if it was on a main street. I don't know. That's just my way of thinking. But
Yeah.
Cool.
do you have, so you said you had to register ahead of time. How can people do that? And does this cost anything to be part of it?
Yeah, so we prefer pre-registration. That way we can make enough medals for it. We have a cute little medal. This was our cookie one.
I
year.
think that is so cute.
Yeah.
I
It'll
love
be a
it.
donut this year?
It'll be a donut this year, and Kathy actually designed it too. So it's on our page what it's going to look like.
And the people who actually make those medals
Our local also.
are local and have been on our show as well.
That's right.
It was Finger Lakes Laser.
Yep.
And that's Matt, who's the owner of that. He does a lot of really cool stuff. So I think it's cool that you have all the local synergy going on, and everybody has been on our show too, so go us.
Yeah, it was really fun because when we did it, we wanted to look burnt, and so we actually made it look like kind of burn marks on it and stuff too.
Yeah, that
so.
looks really cool. So
Really
they have to register, and where do they go to?
Yeah, it's on Run Sign Up. So if you just go to runsignup.com and you put in Cookie Run, I don't think there's any others out there that I've seen. So you just look that up, or else you can look up Waterloo, New York. It's on September 24th at 2. It'll still say Cookie Fun Run, I believe that's what it is. And then you just go from there. And I'm going to forget the prices right off the top of my head. It's $20, I believe it was, $20 for over 18, and then it drops to 10 for 18 and under. If they're 5 and under, they're free. We don't give them a medal, but we give you a book instead.
Oh, I think that's even better.
So it'll be the theme. It'll be the theme for that.
And it's fundraiser for the Waterloo Library?
It is a fundraiser.
And you guys also have a capital campaign going on?
Yes.
So
we have,
what are your needs? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we have a couple of we have one capital campaign that we're wrapping up right now. And that's for our Fatzinger Hall. So a lot of people, if you haven't been in the library, we actually have a 100-person theater inside. It's gorgeous. It's so cool. So we have 7 seats left to sponsor there. They're $500 a piece. We're getting in a new sound system, new seating, new lighting. We've got an AC up there. If I've ever been up there in the middle of summer, it's super hot. AC, and we used it this summer. It works great.
Oh,
So,
that's big.
Yeah, we're wrapping up that, and then we have another capital campaign that'll be on the heels of it. Hopefully we'll be doing some large capital improvements that we'll be revealing very soon, but got to get those going. So we're continuing with that campaign.
So you have, sponsoring a seat, you had only 7 left out of the 100 seats that are in there?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep,
I
only
feel like
7
that's
left.
really great.
Yeah.
And you guys could do so much in that area, which
Yeah.
I know you do some plays and stuff in there
Yep.
throughout the year, but that's big to have the air conditioning, because I do
Yeah.
remember people saying that in the summer, that was the only thing.
ridiculously hot. Yeah, so no, the air conditioning works, the heating works. We just had our teen program, but we hadn't had a teen program in another number of years that was really vibrant. And they sat down, we kind of joined some kids together. We had a new program assistant hired, and she came in, brought some of her, people she used to teach. She was a former teacher. And they said, well, we want to do a show. And because she did shows before, they put on this little treasure island with this crazy set and everything in there. And it stayed pretty cool. The seats are still uncomfortable. They have not been replaced yet, but
That's okay.
they
It's
will
worth
be
it,
this
right?
winter.
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the proceeds from this event goes do you have like specifically something that it's going towards for this?
This will go towards our general fund that'll help with programming and the everyday things of the library. So we do a lot of programs like the show would have been one. We do a messy time on Wednesday mornings for babies to preschool.
Okay.
It's sensory play, so she reads
Cool.
a couple books and they sing some songs. And all the things that you don't want to do at your house that are just absolutely disgusting, because I don't like sensory things. It drives me
Like
nuts.
slime.
Oh, I
and
hate
all
it.
of that.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. So so she does sensory time. So then you get to leave all the gross
Yeah,
stuff
you get to
there.
leave the mess
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and like we end up cleaning it up like rice bins
Oh,
and
yeah.
that just get everywhere. But yeah, so you can bring in your babies, and it's a very popular program. So all those things go to maintain and to continue on those programs.
I don't think people realize how much you guys do, especially like in the summer months, how much is available for families through the library, and I think that's awesome, and more people need to see how much you guys actually do. You have a lot of programs.
Yeah.
I feel like I looked on the site, and there's just like so many different things.
There's always things going on. We do also make and takes, where with adults, we do adult make and takes, adult cards, and children's make and takes, where you can come in and you just pick up a craft.
Cool.
That's ready to make at home. It was really great. We started it during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
And so kids got to do those crafts and things.
You mentioned there's something coming up soon with, that's involving all the libraries in Seneca County.
Yes, so
Yeah, what's
we're working on setting up our book sale trail. So that's on September 17th. So all 5 libraries will be open from around 10 to 4, and they will be doing just an annual book sale. I know we have thousands and thousands of books, but each one of them will have thousands of books. So if you like hitting up book sales, it's the day to go.
This is the one, yeah.
Felecia, maybe you should.
I know. Recently a bookworm again, and that's on my birthday. But
Oh, yeah. Oh,
A great way to spend your birthday.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
hit up all the
I'm
libraries.
actually gonna be gone.
Well, some of the libraries, I know Seneca Falls, I think, is doing it the week before and
Okay.
culminating with that day. And I think we're going to start that day and go through the next week.
Oh, awesome.
So
Okay, good.
there's that opportunity, just that I know that one day will all be open for that entire time. And then we're actually doing a Civil War play after that outside. It's done by Derek Maxfield, who is a former programmer, and he is doing a play that he wrote about Grant.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be cool.
So much. So like you said, you have your hands full.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to ask, though, because I know that this run is donut themed, but you actually have a Krispy Kreme fundraiser right now, don't you?
Yes. So
What
we're
is that?
Who
starting
doesn't
that
love some crispy
I
Kreme?
need
Yeah,
it.
so we're starting that this week. You can purchase Krispy Kreme. So if you don't want to do the fun run or the walk, or you're not available that day, we are doing a Krispy Kreme fundraiser. So you can order a dozen or however many you want. The more the merrier. You can freeze Krispy Kremes too. Kathy gave me how to freeze them.
Of course she
Yeah,
did.
she figured that one out. And we also even have some of the filled ones that you can purchase. So, and then the pickup is that day.
How are you getting the donuts for the fun run, and like, are there gonna be different kinds, or?
We're still working on the exact flavors, but I'm kind of thinking, since we're getting Krispy Kremes anyway, that maybe we'll just go with those.
Nobody would complain.
Yeah, I don't think they would, to get something different. Yeah.
Wait, so how do
I
they...
need to know more about this crispy.
Yeah. So you
Fundraiser
can,
for me.
I've got to put a post out. I'll put it on our Facebook and our social media today. And you'll be able to order them and do the PayPal on there.
Ooh.
You can contact us at the library and sign up, or any of our board members. Kathy's got them. And so we've got another 10 board members.
I'm going to harass her next week.
Yeah,
Where are the
line
Krispy
with
Kremes?
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, so
Oh.
she's actually has to drive down to Pennsylvania to pick them up
Oh,
and drive back that day.
Don't you
That's,
think that's like, that's a big task?
That's dedication.
Yeah,
That's
and like
dedication
how
right there.
many donuts she might have to pick up, that's like a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
we're hoping it'll fill up. She has a little SUV. Hopefully it'll fill that up.
Yeah, I would think I'm gonna have to order like 5 or 10 boxes because I can't get enough of Krispy Kreme.
I can literally
They're never
eat
around.
like 6 in a sitting.
Yeah, they closed the one in Rochester now, so that's
They
why it's
did?
Yeah,
They
they did it.
Pennsylvania.
Henrietta,
I
yeah.
didn't even know that. Now I'm just thinking about donuts. So again, I do want to touch base on, this is something that you want people to sign up for ahead
Yes.
of time. It is the 24th of September, which is
1 month.
Oh my God, it's already a
Month from today.
1 month.
Kids
from
will already
today.
be back in school, so this will
Yes.
be a nice like weekend thing that they can have like, outdoor fun, relaxing away from good old school that they're going back to.
It's really is meant to just be a fun event.
Of course.
Very family friendly. And then if you want to bring a shelter for any of the animal shelters, we're going to start collecting donations that day for local shelters.
Oh wow.
So you might as well just go in for it.
Yeah, just literally you can hit up the books, you can donate, you can get some donuts, you can run. There's like everything you can do that is
Yep.
all going on through the Waterloo Library.
Yep.
I have
What
a
are some of the
general,
items that
go
you-
ahead, sorry.
Sorry. What are some of the items that you're collecting for the animal shelter?
Anything animal shelter. I mean, you can do blankets, old blankets and pillows, foods, things like that. So,
Toys,
toys,
yeah.
yeah, dog toys, cat toys, anything
Yeah.
like that.
Aww.
Yep. And then we'll decide whatever we have, how we'll distribute them.
I just have a general question as your director of the Waterloo Library, and, libraries in this day and age are kind of transforming themselves a little bit in the, internet age.
I'm sure you have
and
to.
So there are a lot of activities for kids I've noticed, and that's kind of always been the case, I guess, even back to when I was a kid 10 million years ago. But what are some things that like the general community might be missing out? Not even, and there's also, I know a lot of things for seniors as well. But what about just your general community? They're not kids, they're not seniors. What does the library have to offer? And is there challenges in like kind of serving the general community nowadays?
It is. It's been a transition for sure, but libraries are super adaptable because libraries are about knowledge and furthering that knowledge. So whatever that knowledge, whatever platform it decides to be on is the way that we go. So our make and takes are for any age. We do some fundraisers and things, book sales. We have a book club that meets every week. We've worked on different libraries have different lecture series. So, I mean, if you really look out to your library, there's a lot of different opportunities. And if they're not there, if you ask, we will make them happen most of the time.
Right.
Because we're always looking for new ways to reach people. There's like ebooks, if you really are into like reading online, digital books that are all free, and there's audiobooks and all different platforms that you can reach.
Do you still use the Dewey Decimal System?
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
Oh
So
my
you got
God,
the
I haven't even
card
heard that word
I
in
know, in so
forever.
long.
So I will say that our library, the Dewey Decimal System, is a little bit different. We still go by the Dewey Decimal System, but we decided a few years ago that we were going to go bookstore style, the way that we categorize our nonfiction. Because usually you would go be like, so if someone came in and they were looking for relationship advice, you might look into it in parenting, you might look into it into like health and wellness. There's a lot of different ways,
Right.
and the Dewey Decimal System would pair it up different all over the library.
Oh my
So
God,
we
you're
went
so
and
right.
we kind of like looked at what the theme of the book was, and then we have like themed sections. So we have health and wellness, history, true crime, different things like that.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
within there, it's the Dewey Decimal System.
Do
So it's,
people still use the library for like research? I mean, just when I was in college, when everything we have to do, you'd have to go to the library. I was graduated in 1996.
Sheesh.
So there wasn't the internet was just kind of new, and I can just remember having to always go to the library to research. Is that still something people are doing?
it's different. Libraries tend to be more of the knowledge where knowledge comes through. So sometimes it's like you might come to us to help you find where the right places for research, where like reliable sources are and things, because I mean there's so much out on the web, so we can help steer you whether it's a good source to go to and things like
Right.
that.
Right.
So it's a stopping point with like, especially like research papers in college and high school
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's more of a stopping point as far as that goes. It's a quiet space.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like going, if you need a quiet space, if you're,
Working.
at home, it's hectic, you want to be by
Yeah.
yourself and focus on something that it's a good
Yeah.
resource for that as well.
What about like, so for instance, there is a lot on the internet generally, but you're the Waterloo Library. Do you have documents, and in conjunction with the Historical Society, is there certain pieces of literature or old media that is like Waterloo specific that you're the only place you can get it?
Yes. So, I mean,
That's
that's the
cool.
other part of research is, so we're the library and historical society. So we have all the historical documents in Waterloo. We also own the National Memorial Day Museum. So we own
yeah.
all of
Right.
that stuff also. Our archives, so our paper documents are located in the Memorial Day Museum. So if you're looking for family research or local history research, businesses, things like that, we don't have like death and marriage certificates, but we have the information that a lot of times surrounds a lot of those things.
That's cool.
So it's all kind of, we kind of have a corner on the market, I guess you could say, in Waterloo of having the majority of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So we do research requests, and then we go out and find the stuff. And then if you want to really look at it, you can come, or we can provide that for you.
That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
How long have you been at the library? Like, what's your story? Did you always want to get into librarian?
Did you graduate from Waterloo High School? Like,
I
give us some background.
I graduated from Waterloo. Yep, I was born and raised in Waterloo. I went away for a few years to college and came back, kind of found my way around in the early marketplace and wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and decided I wanted to be in, do museum work.
Okay.
Right.
So I actually don't do a lot of the overseeing. I do more of the financial overseeing of the library section, just kind of general knowledge. We actually have a library director that does that, Brandy Roselle. And then I focus more on just kind of the overtop stuff of those. And then I have the Historical Society and the Memorial Day Museum, which is...
Are those all different boards? Like, do you report to a board, or
We have one board.
one board for all of them, or?
One
Okay.
board for all.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Your meetings, you must have to cover a lot of topics, I
Yes,
feel.
they go. We do our best to keep them very succinct. Like, this
Yes.
is the agenda. This is what happens in them, and you just go down them. I mean, plus it's a historic building, so there's that whole project to go on with that. So it was, a lot of people think it was a church because we sandwiched we're in between two churches, and we're actually was built as a library and historical society in 1880. It was finished in 1883. And but it has a lot of stained glass. There's at least 15 panels of stained glass that have been restored, and so it was.
Were they restored into your tenure or before? Like,
right before I was. So I've been there since I've been there 11 years total.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So I've been here a while,
Yeah.
and so it was done right before I came. They did the roof and the windows in like 2007.
Right.
That was a whole different world back then
Yeah.
in 2007.
It
I
was.
just can't get over the core memory you brought back of when our teachers would make us have to go and find something. I
And
feel
the
like it was
card
always in
catalogs.
social studies, but you mentioned like the Dewey Decimal System, which randomly brought me to being in the library, like, like
Card
trying
catalog.
to be, trying to be the first one to do it. I don't know, that was awesome. So really, overall, you have so much to offer. And does the Waterloo Library have its own website that has all this information, right? Just, can you give everybody
Yeah, it's WLHS-NY.com.
WLHS-NY.com.
Yep.
And that will give you all the information that we talked about, and
Yep.
then some. We're already close to running out of time, but I do want to have them find out how they can register again, the time. Don't forget, we were talking about the cookie run. That was what we got you on here, but then I had so many questions. Thinking about the library, I just can't. So runsignup.com.
Yes.
And they can look up Cookie Run, and it'll probably
Waterloo, New York. There's a bunch of different ones. We do have it as an event on Facebook, and I just made a couple posts about it. We'll continue to post the link and things like that, which will bring you right to the sign up page.
Awesome.
So that's on there. So then
You
you
have
just,
all the social medias too. So you're on top of it. Like you said, she's been there over a decade, so she knows her stuff.
Yep.
So that sounds awesome. I think that's great what you guys are doing, bringing some things that are fun and different. It's not a taco run, but it's a donut run this year.
I'd rather do a donut run.
Yeah, I think I'd rather eat a donut than, I don't know. I love me some tacos.
I don't know. They were
I know,
kind of
but running into
Oh, probably.
because I mean there was 100, like 200 or 300 people that ran it,
Right.
so
Oh my
it was a lot of like baked tacos, like in big pans. So
Donuts are better.
donuts are better. They're gonna be a little fresher.
Yeah. So if you just want to do something fun with your family, or you want to go out there and do it yourself, check out the donut. If you give a dog a donut this year, which is going to be awesome. I'm glad.
Speaking of something fun, it's almost like the end of August.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Well, I'm just saying,
depressing.
like, what's going on this weekend? I feel like this time of the year, people try to squeeze in
Jam
everything they
everything.
planned on doing all summer and never got around to. I don't mind the end of summer because I like fall so much. The end of fall is the one that's not so much fun.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. It's not too horrible that summer's ending because fall is so great here.
So what's going on like this weekend?
It's a busy golf
It's a busy.
weekend.
Yeah, I have. We have my uncle. his Danny Wright tournament that's been going on forever at Silver Creek. That's on Friday this year. It's
Yes.
always
Huge.
a huge team.
Sold out.
38,
obviously.
yeah, 38 teams, I think.
Wow.
38 teams
38
calls for a long, long day of golf.
Yes,
And then
and
Saturday,
hopefully no rain.
yeah, hopefully. Saturday is the Andrew LeBron Memorial
Forecast looks a
Tournament.
little better Saturday than Friday.
Yes.
Sure does. That's at the Country Club, which also
That's
brings a
also
big crowd.
like jam-packed
It's
with
got-
36 teams, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
geez. So that's 2 long days. It's Liam's first football game on Saturday, and that's
wow.
big in our family because football.
Is it a
Football's
home
back.
game?
It is in York, so it's
Oh,
not,
wow.
it's not that far. It's a close.
You're right.
drive
Football
for
is
us.
back, so people are getting ready for fantasy football leagues. The preseason football's on. I don't know if
Oh,
it's.
yeah.
I think maybe not this weekend, but next weekend you'll see some college football games. Maybe there's a couple this weekend. You never know. They start them so
Ask
early, but
TJ, he'll know.
everything is kind of turning towards fall. Kids are going to go back to school right after Labor Day, so we're 2 weekends away from Labor Day weekend.
They're probably sad about that. And
What, going to school?
Yeah, when you know,
I don't know. There's an excitement about going back to school, right?
Right. Yeah,
There's
First
always-
week, I think, is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like your
Starts-
new wardrobe that you got for your back to school
Yeah.
shopping. You're
True.
excited to see your friends again, and then
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe this
Then-
will be better because I feel like since COVID, this might be like back to kind of a normal year for the kids.
Yeah, last year was pretty normal, but not 100% normal. I think it's finally normal. My daughter started her soccer practices.
So much.
Yeah, double two-a-days, and so yeah, I'm ready to move into fall.
What about you? Do you have anything exciting going on this
I got football.
Yay! Yeah. You know, it's not bad. It's a
Yeah.
good thing. I'm excited.
Yeah, my son is playing football. It's his birthday tomorrow, and then we're having his party on Saturday.
Yeah,
night.
give him a
Start football.
birthday shout out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, his birthday is on Thursday.
Happy
February
birthday. How old is he going to be?
10. He's
Oh,
double
my
digits.
goodness. Oh, yeah. That's
A little
fun, though.
heartbroken.
Right.
Well, Jesus,
But yeah.
he'll be driving before you know it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, don't say that. Felecia, I would ask you what you have going on, but I feel like you have the same exact schedule as I do.
yeah, I do. Friday we have the Danny Wright tourney. Saturday LeBron tournament, and then probably recovering on Sunday.
Yeah, rest on Sunday. Make some. You made sauce last Sunday, and you brought some in Monday for us for lunch. It was great. You made some meatballs.
Yep, I've made the meatballs. I cooked the sauce for literally 2 days, so it was a
No,
great.
it's
And then
chef's kiss.
I gave my mom some, and I stopped there last night, and her and my stepdad and my friend Gabby were enjoying it as well. So
So Sunday,
everybody got some sauce.
that is awesome, and that's another thing about fall that's kind of cool.
Comfort
Yeah.
food,
Cook
let's
more.
go.
So
I'm all about the
sauce and
comfort
spaghetti
food.
on Sundays.
Soups.
I can eat sauce every day. That's not a fall thing for me.
Yeah, but cooking it on this, I don't enjoy cooking. I shouldn't in the summer, or it's just, I don't know. It's when it gets a little cooler out and it gets dark earlier. That's when
Yeah,
it starts.
we are ready
season.
for the Jim's Kitchen Snapchat
Yeah.
stories.
You
Yep.
should bring some in every
Yes.
now and then. Okay, we're gonna do that. We went on a tangent as always. It's already time for us to leave.
Hey, what am I doing this weekend?
Oh, whoops. Sorry. What are you doing?
I'm playing in the Andrew LeBron tournament.
Oh, you are.
Yep. And yeah, Andrew LeBron was a big part of the club. Like he served on the board as a pretty young man for a few years, and he was into it. And so obviously we miss him. But it's a great event, and they raise a lot of money for his scholarship fund and everything. But other than that, I'm going Friday night to Union. I'm going to try. We haven't made reservations yet, but we decided we're going to try to go to Union Block in Penn Yan. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody's ever been there.
Heard lots of good things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I think-
great.
yeah.
The original Union Block was in Hammondsport, and just by coincidence, one day when we were like on the Cuca Lake Wine Trail, we had dinner there, and I was blown away at how good it was. So we went back a few times there, and then they opened one in Penn Yan, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and went there thinking, oh, it can't be as good as the original, but it was
Oh, that's
exactly the same,
Yeah.
like menu and everything. And a little bigger space. And then now to find out they closed the one in Hammondsport, the original, and the only one
wow.
left is the one in Penn Yan.
Huh.
So, anyways, we're hoping to go there. If we can't go there, the backup would be Moro's Kitchen in Skinny Atlas, so opposite direction. But I don't know if
Still
you've been to
good.
Moro's Kitchen. Not Moro's Table. That's in
Oh, that's
Auburn.
what I was thinking of, Moro's Table.
Yeah, Moro's Kitchen is in Skinny Atlas, where it used to be like a pasta garage, or I don't know if you remember that place. But
That
it's
sounds like an
down the street from Doug's
Go
Fish
across
Fry.
the
It was a garage. It was an old mechanic garage that was converted into a restaurant, and I think it was
That's
called
cool.
the Pasta Garage. I don't know. We used to stop on the way back from Marcellus for Jackie's indoor soccer sometimes and eat there. But went once to Moro's Kitchen, and it's just as good as Moro's Table.
Love that.
Is it the same owners?
Yeah, it's Ed Morrow, who actually I got to know from when he was the chef at the Gould Hotel, which actually it was the Hotel Clarence before it
yeah.
changed back to the Gould. Anyways, he's great. Really knows how to do the restaurant tour thing, and so I don't know which one of those places we'll go, but you can't go wrong either one. I'd recommend either one. So anyways, that's
So now we're hungry. We want food. We want donuts. We
Time
want
for lunch.
cookies. We want
Yeah.
tacos. Yeah, it's time for lunch. Thank you, though, so much for coming on. You really do so much at the Waterloo Library, and people need to get online and see all the stuff that they actually do, become part of the events, part of the clubs. It's a great thing that you guys
Cookie Fun Run September 24th.
Yes, congrats on having a successful 4th year. I know it's going to be great if you give a dog a donut.
Yeah, thanks
so-
for taking the time to come in and talk
Thanks
to
for
us.
having me today. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has. And just like that, it's time for us to go. So thank you, everybody that was watching. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back again for Wine Wednesday with Catherine Chase next week. And until then, have a great weekend here in the Finger.